Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your host, Delano, on the FanWire Podcast. What's good, FanWire family? I appreciate all of y'all for tuning back in once again. So, I hope y'all ready. We got more WNBA prospects. We got some rookie prospects to review. We're talking about a super shooter. So I hope y'all ready. Somebody that's super efficient, a bucket getter for the 2026 class. Who is that? That's Gianna Kneepkens. Now, if you like shooters, if you love shooters, if you love spacing, if you love high IQ hoopers, then guess what? Now you know who you're looking for. You don't need somebody that's going to hijack the ball to change the game. This episode is for you. We'll talk about Kneepkens. She isn't just a shooter. She's a rare kind of player where she is gifted with making buckets. Now, that's your kind of player. You'll stay tuned for this one. Now, let's break it down. We're going to first start off with her measurements, her career arc, and we're going to go all the way to the big question. How does she fit with the Washington Mystics? All right. So, if y'all ready, let's lock in. Let's get to cooking. Now, Gianna Kneepkens is a guard/wing. Her height is 6 feet. And she's a grad transfer from Utah. She's currently playing with UCLA. And again, she is an elite shooting wing. She's a scoring guard. Now, her off-the-ball movement and high efficiency is great, along with her instant court spacing ability. So the translation, she's a floor-bending shooter who makes the offensive breathe. Right? Teams need this type of player. But the question is, how does she fit with the Washington Mystics? Now, before we get into that, we're going to talk about her college career. We're going to break it down year by year. So, as a freshman in the 2021-2022 season with Utah, she had a breakout season. She walked into college hoops and said, I'm not here to learn, I'm here to score. So she's been doing this for a long time. She averaged 11 points a game, pretty much 12 points a game, while shooting 38% from three and 87% from the free throw line. And as a freshman, she had the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year award. She was all Pac-12. She was on the all-freshman team. So she's used to getting accolades. Now, the takeaway, as a freshman, a rare shooter that had no fear, that will put it up. So now let's talk about her sophomore season, where she took the leap onto the national stage. She wasn't on the radars of everybody coming out of her freshman season, but based on that junior season, it made some eyes get on top of her. Made people start to look. So she averaged 15 points a game while being a full-time starter and led Utah to the Sweet 16. And on that tournament run, She had a 20-point performance against LSU. Yeah. Now, during her second season, she was, again, all Pac-12. She was an All-American. So her sophomore season was pretty much summed up with growth. More volume, more movement, and more shot creation. Now, the 2023-24 season, that's when things got a little shaky, right? So she had a redshirt season, and that was due to having a foot injury. And with that injury, that made a lot of people say, hey, what if she never got hurt? So, that made scouts raise their eyebrows. Because before the season injury, she was averaging 17 points a game, pretty much 18 points, while shooting 63% from the field as a wing, as a guard. Yeah. And shooting 54% from three. Now, that's getting to it. That's doing it. And she hit 1,000 career points in 62 games. That's like playing 2K. That's like video game pace. The skill was loud. The efficiency was unreal. And injury paused it. But it didn't erase it. Now, let's talk about her last season at Utah. That's when she started to become super efficient. That was the peak of it. So during that season, during her junior season, she turned into a walking spreadsheet, the nightmare for the defense, averaging 19 points a game, shooting 50% from the field, while shooting 44% from three, and shooting 89% from the free throw line. So there was maybe a little, looked like it could have been a little bit of a drop off, but hey, she had a foot injury and she came back strong. So that says a lot about her character and the type of player that she can be. And again, she's stacking awards. First team All Big 12, Big 12 Scholar Athlete of the Year, and she nearly joined the 50-40-90 club. That's shooting 50% from the field. That's shooting 40% from three and 90% from the free throw line. She just missed it by 1%. That's an elite club to be in. Now, again, if you value spacing and, is that the type of thing that you like? Hey, she checks those boxes. Now, let's talk about this season. This season, she's currently a grad transfer with UCLA. And she didn't have her star role with UCLA because UCLA got some heavy hitters. And if you stay tuned to the FanWire Podcast, guess what? We're going to be breaking those players down as well. But take 2 seconds real quick. Like the video. It's so important. If you're not a member, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Do it real quick. Take 2 seconds. Because guess what? We're breaking down stuff all the time. So, all right. Now let's get back to it. Now, Kneepkens at UCLA is the ultimate weapon next to a star. Right? So she's learning how to become a role player, playing with other elite players, right? So she's already going to be ready to come into the WNBA as a role player, right? And she's currently producing 13 points a game, averaging about 4 rebounds a game, 3 assists, while shooting, guess what? 52% from the field, 45% from three and 93% from the free throw line. So guess what? She's currently in the 50-40-90 club. Hey, it's not but so many people got her in that club. All right. So her current role is a floor spacer, a secondary playmaker, also continuing being an elite perimeter shooter. These are all things that the Washington Mystics can use. Now, with her not being a major focus of a defense, she can be a sharpshooter. She can really turn it up on some defenses. Keep that in mind. All right. Now, career stats, the quick snapshot. Again, averaging 15 points a game, almost 5 rebounds a game, 2 assists a game, and pretty much the 50-40-90 club. She a shooter. All right. So she's one of the most efficient players in women's college basketball while being a high volume shooter. So that means if you kick it to her, she'll knock it down. So she's a shot maker. And she doesn't take bad shots. What team doesn't need that type of player? All right, now let's talk about her offensive strengths. Again, we already know that she is an elite three-point shooter. And she takes efficient shots. Right? We also know that she is good at spacing the floor. Now, let's talk about her off-ball movement. She can relocate, she can read the defense, and she has great timing. These are things that you need. She's a super high IQ player, and she's able to process the game and make quick decisions. And again, from the free throw line, she's automatic. Now, her secondary value, pacing off driving kicks. Yeah. She's a guard that rebounds. She can score in transition. Yeah. She's checking a lot of these boxes. Okay. And then again, she's a winner and she's able to be pretty much the cream of a crop. So she is able to stack accolades, especially at the college level. Now, that's not just production. On a WNBA level, that's just translation to being a knockdown shooter. So, hey. Now, let's talk about her WNBA evaluation. And why do WNBA teams love her? And could be a reason why you might love her. So, coming to the Washington Mystics, well, actually, just across the WNBA, we've talked about her shooting. We've talked about that. We know that she's an elite shooter. And that always translates, no matter what team you're on. Her offensive IQ makes her plug and play. Doesn't matter what team you're on. She's efficient with scoring, and she does it in a mature way that it doesn't take away from the team or other players or your stars. She will definitely have a clear role on a good team. And we know that the Washington Mystics will become a good team. All right. Now, these are some questions about her play. How will she be defensively? How will her versatility translate against elite wings? Now, does she have enough defensive versatility to garner a lot of playing time, or will she be a situational type of player, or even a quality reserve? These are all questions to ask. Now, how is her lateral quickness against WNBA level guards? These are questions. How is her shot creation if she's forced to take it off of the dribble? These are things to talk about. These are things to think about. All right, now, again, if she's playing against top level players, will she be able to stay on the floor against some of the superior or more advanced wings in the WNBA? Let me say it that way. All right, so who does Kneepkens match up with stylistically in the WNBA? Who are her comps? This is style. And we're not making promises here, but this is style wise. Okay. We're looking at Sammy Whitcomb. And we say Sammy Whitcomb because she's a great shooter that knows how to move. She's a connector guard. She's a smart player, right? Now, we also can say, let's see, she has some slight, when it comes to shooting, I would say can be in the range of one of our players, Sonia Citron. Now, where does Gianna Kneepkens fall in the draft? Most mocks have her selected with a range of the 6th pick through the 10th pick. So that's the mid to late first round. That's most projections. So, just so you know, the Washington Mystics have 3 first-round draft picks. We have number 4, we have number 9, and we have number 11. So that puts her right in that particular range of our team. So there is a chance that she could be available. Now the question is, do we take her? How does she fit? Does she translate to what we're building with the Washington Mystics? That's the question. So will she make it to the second round? I highly doubt it. She's too great of a shooter. She works too well in space. She relocates too well for her to make it to the second round. Now, again, do we pick her? Because she's definitely going to be a lock for the first round. Definitely. Not worried about it. Okay, so now let's talk about the pros and cons of how she can fit with the Washington Mystics. Again, we're talking about elite shooter. So that's an immediate spacing upgrade for the Mystics. We definitely need more consistent perimeter scoring, and Kneepkens brings that instantly. And it makes defenses going to have to respect her shooting from day one. She's an off-the-ball connector, which is perfect next to multiple ball handlers. So she cuts, she relocates, she makes quick decisions, so she fits with a modern offense. And again, she's a smart player. She has a mature IQ. She's not necessarily going to make overwhelmingly rookie mistakes. She shouldn't. But again, this is not a guarantee. This is a projection. All right. Now, is she ready to play pro level basketball? Yes, because she's not reckless. She doesn't waste a lot of dribbles. You know who else that reminds you of? That can remind you of a Klay Thompson. But not the defensive player that Klay Thompson is. Keep that in mind. Now, worst case scenario, we're looking at a rotational shooter that can help the Mystics win. That's the floor, right? But we're going to talk about that more to come. Now, these are the cons on her game and why the Washington Mystics could pass. Right? You know, we didn't say she's a great shooter, but the thing is this: even though she's a great shooter, she's limited with the ways that she can score, especially going to be at the WNBA level. So we're talking about shot creation, right? She's not a put the ball on the deck and make something happen type of player. She's a give me the ball and I'm gonna put it in the hoop type of player. I'm not gonna do a bunch of dribbling, especially at the WNBA level. But that can be worked on. At the same token is, if she has a role of a shooter, that's okay. You have other people to get her the ball when needed. Now, defense, again, is a concern. We know that the Washington Mystics' identity is a defensive team. So that could limit her opportunities on the floor. But with time, getting stronger, that could be managed, I would say. But when she's playing against elite wings that are stronger and faster, that could be a problem. Now, the Mystics may prioritize size or a dynamic engine. What does that mean? If a roster screams we need a big or we need a lead guard, she might not be the choice. And we know that the Washington Mystics need a big, and we know we need a lead guard, a point guard. So it's a matter of, does she fit if she's available at the right time? Because, again, we have other deficiencies on the team that we need to address. Right? So, again, I'm going to give you a grade on Gianna Kneepkens and how she fits, right? So, shooting fit. We're going to give her, and let's say this. We're going to say 5 stars is the highest, no stars is the lowest. Okay, just remember this. So shooting fit, we're going with 5 stars. Offensive IQ, we're going with 4 stars. Defensive fit, okay, we're going with 2 stars. Now, positional need, going with 3, maybe 3.5. Rookie impact could be a 4. So her overall score out of 10, we're looking at a 7.5. That sounds okay. So I'm going to give you a twist today. This is something that I'm going to add to these projections as we go forward. We're going to dig a little deeper into the fit of how these prospects really can be fitted into the Washington Mystics. So, how does Gianna Kneepkens fit with Sonia Citron and Kiki Irfin? Is this the vision of a new trio or something different? All right, so now let's say this. When you have Kiki Irfin and you also have Sonia Citron on the floor with a player like Gianna Kneepkens, the inside outs game, it improves dramatically because it's a matter of where do you shoot. It's a matter of if you take away one, you have two on the outside. So if you dump it into Kiki, and let's say they double team Kiki, guess what? She will have two outstanding shooters, right? So keep that in mind. Spacing and movement, check. That's another check. So she's a connector wing / guard, check. So to add some versatility there. And again, if they put pressure on Kiki in the paint, guess what? You got somebody to help her out as a bailout, a safety net. Yeah. So what will her role be? Again, a floor spacer, an off-the-ball sniper, and a secondary mover of the ball. Sonia Citron role will be the two-way connector, a wing stopper, and a glue player. Kiki Irfin, interior scoring engine, a finisher, and pressure in the paint. She can fit. She can fit. I think she can fit. Now, this is the deal. Will the defense collapse when she's on the floor? That's a question. But, you know, that's something for our coach Sydney Johnson to work out. But again, if you have a defense focusing on Kiki and a defense focusing on Sonia Citron, that's going to give Gianna Kneepkens a lot of opportunities on kickouts for threes. And we already know she's in the 50-40-90 club, so she's a knockdown shooter. Yeah. Could she be the missing piece? I think she can be a good piece. I'll say that. Now, again, she's not the greatest off the ball as a shot creator, but she can still help out in many different ways. Now, her spacing is elite. Her shooting is elite. Her flow that she can add to the offense is elite. But her shot creation, especially late in the clock, needs a lot of help. And I would definitely say that she can definitely help out a lot. And we're going to jump to some videos shortly. But I definitely want to say I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate y'all so much. Take 2 seconds real quick. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure that you have set the notifications. Check that bell. Right? All right. Now, I appreciate Uncle Weed 6629 for jumping on and checking us out. You know, I try to bring you as much information as I can, you know. And we also have Nicholas. I don't want to butcher your name. Thank you for jumping in, Nicholas. You have a question. What about Georgia Amore? We're gonna break her down a little bit later, but we do know that she is definitely rehabbing, and the rehabbing is coming along. So, you know, hopefully Georgia Amore will be ready at the beginning of the season, but we know we have to work her back into the lineup because she's been out with an ACL injury. We don't need any setbacks, and we want to see her prosper and prevail. So, you know, Only time will tell. But from what I know, her rehab is coming along just well. She'll be right. She's already, and then too, I expect her to be a knockdown shooter. Don't worry. Don't worry. But now let's jump back to Gianna Kneepkens. All right. So again, this season she's averaging 13 points a game, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, a steal, and shooting 43% from 3. Knockdown shooter. Easy work. Easy work. Now, again, we're gonna talk about. Well, actually, I'm gonna show y'all some video of how she gets down with her shooting. But I will say this: one concern about her, even though she's such a great shooter, it takes a while for her to load up her jump shot. So I'm not sure if that can become a concern when she's playing in the WNBA. All right, but she a shooter, and it's not even a question. All right, so now let's get to this video. All right, they be getting passing lanes, kick outs, knockdowns. And again, she's a rebounding guard, so she'll get in there in the paint and relocates and is unselfish. It's the qualities that you can use from your role players. Yeah. She's a 3-level scorer, and she'll make you pay. She'll make you pay. So, again, she's an elite knockdown shooter. It's just a matter of how she's going to get that shot up and out of there. But yeah. All right. So that's our videos for today. So I appreciate the FanWire family for stopping in. We broke down, or we did the breakdown of Gianna Kneepkens, guard / wing out of UCLA. And, you know, she's not the flashiest player in the class of 2026, but she's one of the safest. Her skill is definitely there with elite shooting, elite IQ, and elite efficiency. And in the WNBA spacing is currency. So here's my question to you. If the Mystics are on the clock at 9 or at 11, which pick should be used if we decide to draft Gianna Kneepkens? Because she's definitely not making it to the second round. It's not going to happen. So are you taking an automatic shooter that can put defenses in a bind, or do we go in a different direction? Are we chasing upside, or are we chasing the safe pick? What are we going to do? These are questions for you. So in the comments, also, it's another one. Keep it quick and simple. Yes, put a check mark. Put the little green check mark, the emoji for Kneepkens. If this is a yes to drafter, put a red X if it's a no. And tell me why. Let's talk about it. Y'all got time? Because we're going to drop somebody new tomorrow. So if you like this breakdown, again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications. because we always are breaking somebody down and giving you the inside on these WNBA prospects that will be drafted in 2026, because the draft is coming. So, hey, that's all I got for you today. This is your host, Delano, your trusted voice for Washington Mystic content. Yeah, I'll check with y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Gone.